Minnesota. Hello, everybody. We are live. I'm me. Lynn is not me. She's better than me. She's Lynn. What's going on, my friends? How are you, Lynn? Beach day.
Yeah, it was really great. We had an awesome day. I slept in a lot, very much so, and it helped with these little bags for me, and so I got some rest, and then we went to the beach and just relaxed.
Some more rest. I love it. Yeah,
it was really great.
Beach is my jam. So how are the beaches in I don't know where you're at, in wherever you are, Florida? How are the beaches there?
As far as like the people or the
beauty, I mean, whatever. I don't care.
So right now, global warming problem is that there's a lot of this stinky seaweed all over the beach. So to get to the water, you have to cross over about probably 20 feet of like a blanket of like gross, stinky seaweed. So with that being said, I did not go into the water.
Seaweed smells bad.
Gross. It didn't smell that bad today. Yesterday we went and just checked out another beach near where we are, and that one was a little stinky. This one wasn't as bad, but I just stayed put with my feet in the sand and my butt in my chair and hung out with the boys. They were talking about the best kind of tacos for a little bit. That was about a 20-minute conversation.
Well, I must know. What one? I need to know.
They said that it is important to have a moist taco, but not a soggy taco. So it's the right amount of good meat, sour cream. And I said sloppy taco all the way, like just load it up with sour cream, get some queso cheese going on in there. And
I think I'm with the boys.
Yeah.
I'm on the boys' side. I'm a taco connoisseur, but that's a whole nother show. Super Disney fam, thanks for being the newest member of the Dole Whip YouTube channel. We should talk about memberships. We actually talked about talking about memberships, and I kind of forgot to ask you, are you up and running? If so,
I am up and running. Yeah, I haven't filmed my video yet, which I plan on doing after the stream because I was too busy sitting on the beach.
Look at this. Lynn's head's going to explode. Watch how happy Lynn gets. Next week's topic is set. A whole week in advance, we're going to talk about memberships on YouTube and promote the heck out of Lynn getting memberships. Yeah. Taylor made Magic in the House, Lynn Project. Hey, I've heard her in the house. Pearl Manhattan loves it when I sing in the house. What's going on? Diz Noah's Adventure in the house. Mikey is a Jets fan. Atkinson in the house. Why am I doing that, Lynn?
Because of Orlando guy. Thank you so much for that, Richard. I appreciate it. Oh, welcome in, everyone.
Anyone else think of Die Hard when you hear of that's the only reason I know what that song is Die Hard. Why are we talking about Ode to Joy? Did I miss an inside joke?
I don't think so.
Pearl Manhattan in the house still. Mikey's still here. Disno's still here. Martin Memphis. I wonder where Mars from. Pearl Manhattan, Stacey Rogers. Who else?
Alice's Door
Adventures. What's going on? I felt like when I said who else, it's very Wizard of Oz kind of thing.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
Because. All right, so we are talking. You ready? Let's share screen. So I'm probably going to get copyrighted, but I don't care. Dean Bancroft in the house. What's going on? Because this is a good story, and we need people to hear this. I'm just going to say it like that. So I love YouTube. And I think it is an opportunity, a place that allows for an encouragement to be creative. I've never considered myself creative ever in my whole life. I think I've come around to decide that I probably am. And that's mostly because I'm watching people just go on TikTok. You want to see a bunch of people who think they're creative, proven that they're not. TikTok is the place to be. My goodness. So you can tell I just can't stand TikTok, but it is what it is. But Roberto Blake and Casey Neistat are two of my favorite peeps in the space of how to learn how to create on the internet. YouTube specifically. Casey Neistat, if you don't know who he is, get out from under a rock. He is the best YouTuber ever, in my opinion. He used to be a daily vlogger. Cinematography 101, man. This guy did a movie every day. And I say that on purpose. Hey, Washington County News Station, Utah, what's going on? I know that that's how he wanted to make his videos, and he certainly did. Hey, Gonzo, what's going on, my man?
Hey, Gonzo.
He absolutely made a freaking movie every day. That kind of quality Casey Neistat. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go check him out. Roberto Blake is more of a creative entrepreneurial type. Brilliant minds both. And this is from 2018. And again, this is probably where I'll get copyrighted, but I don't care. Listen, and we will discuss.
All right, Casey, what's one thing you wish every creator would know or would do?
That is a very expensive question. Okay. It sounds like platitudinal. It sounds like something that everybody knows. But the bell that I always ring is that if you're doing what everybody else is doing, you're doing it wrong. And on YouTube, it's very hard to find success if you're modeling your work after somebody else's work.
Yeah.
So you have to focus on what drives you and make content around that.
Perfect. Couldn't have said it better.
You do that really well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, guys. So you heard it here first. All right.
So look, it's again, I hope I don't get copyrighted, but it's worth it. I don't care if I don't make $1 on this video. I don't really care. I think the conversation that I want to have, me and you have a conversation after our show pretty much every week.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the week, I've been fighting a cold this week, so we didn't talk too much this week. On my end, I just was sick, and so I didn't communicate as much. But generally, our conversation, at least twice a month, rolls into the how come somebody's doing exactly what somebody else is doing.
Yeah.
Often. And
yeah.
And I've been thinking about it a lot, and I work with kids, and I don't get to work with kids right now because the world's stupid. But when the world wasn't stupid, I got to work with kids, and they love that I'm on YouTube. They love Mr. Beast, and they love the Twitch streamers and all those things, and they all want to be what somebody who they love is, not they want to find their voice. I think this platform, YouTube, I say this at least once a month, is the best tool to get your voice, your passion, your whatever out there. Yet people get on the platform and do what other people do over and over. And I guess we all do, right? Like you see success. Like I would love my videos to be as beautiful as Casey Neistat's or Peter McKinnon's. I would love to have my business side of my YouTube channel. What is there a business side of YouTube? Yes, there is. And I hope this show, this hour of my week, helps people with that a little bit. I wish my brain was as good as Roberto Blake's. And so these two are really, they hit a home run for me. If they post it, I watch it. Now, sometimes I'll get weeks behind because life happens. But when people ask me what I watch, it's these guys. Now, Casey's not posting as much anymore. But if Roberto posts it, I'm watching it. If Roberto's saying it, I'm listening. So much so that when I hear them talk, it's like remedial. I hear it over and over again. Because I love what they're saying. Hey, Tina. I don't know, and I'm gonna shut up and get your opinion on it, even though I think I know where you stand on this. Why do you think people are afraid to have their own voice and just do what others are doing? I'm thinking about the gamers especially, but boy, it's in our Disney niche too. What say you?
Well, I think that it is genuinely difficult to come up with a fully original idea. But
really?
Hear me out. So I think that it's easy to come up with original ways to present the same information. And a lot of people don't have that core part to take something and present it in a different way. And that is what I think being original is. And just a lot of people don't have that. They don't know how to do that. So it's the emulation, and it's a form of flattery in a way. Unless you're that person that's being copied, then it's kind of annoying because you're like, I did that, and now you're trying to do exactly what I did and say that you're doing it, but you're just
only annoying when it happens and they get more views than you do.
I think that it can be annoying in any aspect.
I'm being silly.
Yeah, like, and I'm not speaking. I don't really feel like anybody really copies me. I mean, I don't know what you can't copy Lynn. I am me. So good luck.
But that's such a good point. I know you're kidding, but that's kind of a brilliant point, Lynn. You can't.
Right.
So don't.
So don't.
You're you. I mean, Mar, Gonzo, Hitchhiking Bones. I loved the video on Hitchhiking Bones channel today, or I watched it today. I don't know when she posted it. They were actually, it's kind of cool. We're Disney nuts. They were at the it was in Mississippi, I believe,
Are you talking about the Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, you saw it too. That's pretty cool.
I didn't see it yet, but I want to watch it. Hitchhiking Bones. I have not watched it yet. I was vegetating today. I took the day off.
And Mar, I see you guys had a storm. I'm glad it passed you by. I hope everybody's safe. I don't, I've told the story before. I'll tell it again. And I'm kind of proud of this. This is me bragging. Here it comes. I've written for 3 different newspapers in my life. And when I was in college, I wrote about high school sports, the local newspaper. There was a main local, Natchez, Mississippi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Natchez, I don't know. Anyway, somewhere in Mississippi.
Now I just want nachos. So
I know, right? I just had a toaster strudel. Oh God. Anyway,
oh my goodness.
So I wrote for a newspaper, and there was a competing newspaper, a small town, San Marcos, California, and they wanted me to do the sports. I was a high school sports, doesn't matter. I was writing the local high school sports column for somebody, and one of my best friend's little brothers set the all-time record in something at this high school. So I was at the game. I was actually the announcer of the game, so it was easy. I was there, right?
That's
and
awesome.
So I just wrote about it. Yeah, it was fun. And I wrote an article, and it was a big deal. Brian set the all-time record. It was a big deal. I had quotes, blah, 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 blah. The main paper in town had a writer, too, who clearly didn't go to the game because they thought our paper was so small that no one read it because they took my article word for word. Jeff Bates, but it was word for word, but it said, I remember her name. Ready? Here comes Nan Nicole. Never met her. Stole my article, and I didn't know it. I had like 5 people reach out to me. Like, did you see this? You should sue. I'm like, what am I going to do? And so you know what I honestly did? 19-year-old, 20-year-old Jeff got confident. I went, wow, somebody got paid and decided not to write to use my work.
Right.
And instead of having a fit, I looked at it as all right. I guess I can write. It is kind of cool when you have people want to do what you're doing, but that's not where I'm trying to go with this. When you watch Casey Neistat, you're not going to be Casey. I'm not going to be Casey Neistat. I'm not going to be Peter McKinnon. I'm not going to be Berto Blake. I'm not going to be the Lynn Project. I'm not going to be Resort TV 1. I'm not going to be Prince Charming Dev. I mean, people in our niche. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to be me loud and crazy, and it'll turn people off. And I think where I'm trying to go with this, what the conversation I'm trying to have is, why don't we understand that what we are, what we can be, what we share is enough?
Yeah.
People will like you. They do already. It comes down to your confidence, which I get. I don't have as much problem with that as the average bear, but you're putting yourself out there already. You might as well be you.
Right.
Do you want them to be? Do you want them to fall in love with who you're pretending to be? That sounds tiring.
That sounds really hard to keep up with.
Yeah. How was I yesterday? Oh, I forgot. Just be you. What do you think, Lynn? I mean, you're very authentically you. I know you through this. I know you in person. Obviously, we talk a lot now. Doesn't it seem harder to be fake than it would be to be us?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the things that connected us in the beginning, like, a year ago, was that I love that name. You're so funny.
Yes.
But because when we talked on screen, we talked off screen, and, we catch up with each other throughout the week through, messages or whatever. We're the same people. Like, we're still talking.
I don't know how you wouldn't be, but boy, do the conversations seem to be about how do you keep up what are we keeping up? We miss being you, right?
No, I couldn't do that either. I couldn't keep up a facade. As I've mentioned before, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, the only thing that you don't get in a live stream from me that you would get if you met me in person off the street is I swear. I swear. Not in that way either. It's
Instinct, or who's that? Who did I just say? I don't know.
That
Voice
of Men.
Same thing.
No, I don't know. Maybe. Anyways, I don't know bands, Jeff. Why are you?
I know. You don't even want to know. Like, that's where we have a lot in common. That is where you're broken and I'm right there. You don't even know what song's on the radio. What the heck? But anyway, that's all I got.
But yeah, I can't imagine. I know that there are people out there that are not authentic, and I can't imagine how exhausting that must be.
Exhausting is the right word, right? Like, when I hear, and I'm not going to name
all
names.
For one, yes.
I'm not going to name names, but there's people that we both know that sometimes will, at the end of the show, like, oh man, I'm just so tired of fill in the blank.
Right.
All for one. Okay, is that who it is? I swear. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
For me.
I
Not my
remember
style
now.
music, but I knew the song. But
Boy bands.
I don't like boy bands, but whatever. I work with kids. I've had plenty of boy bands playing in.
Hater.
I do. If you have better abs than me, I don't like you, and everyone has better abs than me. So, I just think that it sets you up for failure. So whether you're trying to be something like, this is going to sound arrogant. It's not hard to have original idea. I mean, to disagree with you a little bit, it's hard to be confident that your idea will work. You've just got to be okay with missing. Like, who cares? Like, Babe Ruth struck out more than anyone in the history of baseball. Michael Jordan missed more shots than anybody in the history of basketball. Get over it, people. I mean, I'm trying to be a advice giver here, but I was on Viapre, the session show the other day, and I don't know, somebody in chat asked me the question, and it was like 2 or 3 questions that they hit me with in like 5 minutes, and it got me fired up. The questions seemed to be, well, how do I get through it? Just do it. Stop giving yourself excuses on why. Like, if you want to do something, do it. What are you worried about? And by the way, that's not a rhetorical question, and there is an answer to it. What you're worried about is being judged. Well, then just be a turtle and roll up in a ball and float a frick away, because I don't understand it. Like, yes, you're going to put yourself out there. Yes, people are going to say, oh, that shirt's ugly. You got a nose hair. Your hair's, who cares?
Right.
Like, no, I'm the weird one in this, but no, not really. You're all, and I mean every single person on the planet, and Lynn, I want you to argue with me if I'm wrong. Every single person on the planet is lying to every other single person on the planet. And we're all pretending to think we're afraid to be judged, knowing that we're being judged anyway. It's fake. And it's like we want, oh, yeah, does my butt look big? I know, everybody's judging me. Shut up. Just be you. Have fun. Yes, not everyone will like you. But here's the thing. Yes, people will like you. And why do we concentrate on the one? There's that great meme. I don't know if it's real, but it's that curly-haired Heath Ledger picture. And he's talking, and it's just a picture of him in a I guess he's in a restaurant, whatever, and there's people in the background. And it simply says, and I have no idea if Heath Ledger ever said this, but it's true regardless. Hey, VP, what's going on, Sean? It simply says, your biggest fan is someone you've never met. And your biggest hater is someone you know.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Worried about what Uncle Paul thinks? What? What do you think?
So I mean, in my life, I am kind of in a spotlight in what I do. So people are always judging you. And even in general life, even if you aren't a bartender or whatever facet of life that you're in, you're getting judged by every person that passed by you. And I learned to not give a crap.
Learn to love it. That's right. You should be talking about me, buddy. I wouldn't talk about you. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's kind of my attitude.
Like, I you don't like my laugh, if you don't like my personality, or I don't care, whatever it is, you don't have to be here.
Didn't junior high end in junior high? What are we worried about?
Right.
Like, when you say that, even if you don't like my laugh, like I kind of want to choke everyone on the planet. Like, as if someone's opinion about your fill in the blank, you said laugh, matters. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like my shirt, why is there value in that? Like, I don't care. I don't know why I'm picking on my shirt, because it's a boring shirt. Hey, Miguel, what's going on, buddy? I don't know why people do it. And then to the next level, I don't know why that manifests into, well, I don't have an original idea, so I'll just change the name of what somebody else does and I'll do it crappy. Right?
Right. I don't know. I think no matter what, if you choose to start a YouTube channel, you're checking a box, you're signing a waiver to say, I accept that people are not going to like what I do. People are going to scrutinize me. People are going to give a thumbs down.
No.
People are going to be jealous, and whatever else, that all of those things come along with it, and don't care. Don't care, because the people that do like you, the people that do like your content, your subscriber count's going to go up, your views are going to go up, and
shouldn't that matter more anyway? Like, if you could have 20 people like you and 5 people hate you, you know what? If I could do a 1-for-1 trade where one person's a super fan and one person's a hater, I'll take that all day long. Give me 100 dislikes and 100 likes and I'm winning. Then give me 200. I mean, that sounds like a good plan to me. Ricky Ricardo, amen.
Yes, made me laugh.
Ricardo had an iconic laugh. Well,
Yes.
you're a little obsessed with your laugh. I've heard you laugh times. I've never once said, "Oh, that's a weird laugh." Never once in my life.
I have had some recent
I know.
scrutiny for my laugh, and I don't care. If you're gonna tell me that I need to quiet my laugh down, I'm gonna laugh harder and say screw
At
you.
them in their face, I hope.
Yeah, because if you first of all, if you have a problem with my laugh, you don't like happiness, get the hell out of here. I'm sorry, but
if you don't like happiness, get
get out of here, because I am a happy person. When I'm laughing, it's genuine. If you have ever heard, I don't know, I do have a non-genuine laugh, and it's horrible. And when I have that laugh, that is like the pity laugh where you don't want to hear that. That's almost like a smack in the face if it's coming from me. Because it's like
I was going to say I want to hear it. There it was. All right, cool.
It's bad. So
I think that as somebody who's married and has 4 daughters, I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah. Oh, exactly, Mar. I agree with that. And voice, just in
Ludo
general.
might have the compliment of all time. Pause to The Force Awakens to watch this thing now. I will accept that. Thank you. Amen, Alex. Be you, exactly. Well, some people haven't passed through all the tears of passage into adulthood. I mean, fine. But you know what? At some point, and Mara, you're right, and I love you to death, and I totally agree. But at some point, it's self-serving BS fake. And I think most crying and whining, I think what's going on right now on the planet is a whole generation of people who are looking for an excuse on why they don't have to leave their mama's basement. Oh, I have an excuse to sit in my house for 7 months. I mean, I'm sorry, and I'm sure I pissed somebody off, but okay. Southern Medicine. Anyone else want to say, Lucy, I'm home right now with the Ricky Ricardo stuff?
I love Lucy.
I don't worry about subs. Oh, I'm sorry. Lynn, go ahead.
I was going to say, I need to Google Dale Bazio now. I don't know who that is.
Don't worry about subs or any of that, really. Every time I go live, I do my show. I mean, amen, right? I'm not going to pretend like I don't worry is not the right word. I have goals, and they include 100,000 subs, and when you're at 4,000, you want 100,000, you got work to do, right? So,
right.
You know, I'm not going to pretend like I don't want them, but I'm not. I mean,
but I think that you do a great job of, like, you have live streamed every single day. Well, you and Paula, and then your other shows. And
I don't believe that patience is a virtue. I think that's a lie. I'm sorry I interrupt you again. I'll get to that in a
minute. But for that show, they're genuine, they're original. Maybe you talk about things that other people have talked about, but it is not a copy of anything. You're not copying other people's shows. You're not copying, emulating and doing the same thing that anyone else is doing. It's you and Paula. And
that would be boring, right? There, I don't know.
It would be boring. You wouldn't have, 20, 30 people watching you every single day if it was boring or people didn't enjoy it. And
I want them to be fans of me and my wife. Like, I'm not a live streamer at the parks, right? But if I ever am, I would make sure I was putting my 2 cents on it. Like, there are some people, and the big ones obviously put their personality in it, and that's where they win. But there are some people that I watch that I'm fans of that bring me Disney, but they don't bring me them. Right. And they often will say, I wonder what to do when the parks aren't open. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
That I don't get that. And that's just in our little Disney niche here. But, the ones that are big don't have that issue. They're presenting themselves. I hear people all the time, the live streaming pros are some people that I watch a lot. I enjoy them. Clearly people who I can learn a lot from, and people, if you want to learn how to live stream, go to live streaming pros. No relationship. I just am fans of them. And
it's a friendship, it's
well, yeah, but regardless, they'll, and lots of other people do it too. I don't know why I'm thinking of them, frankly. Lots of people will say, even Pat Flynn, who, if you know me, I'm a big fan of Pat Flynn.
Yeah.
They'll say, hey, you don't have to put your face on the screen, but yes, you do. I'm going to disagree. Like, if you want to be, there are plenty of people who do a great job, and there's some right here. Orlando guy. At some point, though, it's your personality, and the Orlando guy puts his personality into it very well. So maybe this is a bad example, but if you're just showing a museum, right, and you're not putting your spin on it, if it's just B-roll, you're not putting your own spin, how far can you go? I guess you could do well with B-roll, but for me, at least, let's put it this way, for me, I want the channel's success or lack thereof, hey Triple D, to be connected to me, because wherever I am at is where I'm at. I can't leave me. I'm not changing drastically. I hope I change every day, but does that make sense? Like I would suggest to everyone, whether they're 16 just getting started or 99 and at the end of the journey, if you're presenting yourself, present yourself.
Absolutely. I mean,
whatever that is.
I agree with that. And I don't know, just
Amen. Exactly.
What was it? Dean said something that I really loved. Where was it? Up here.
Probably about turkey legs. Oh.
He who trims himself to suit everyone will soon whittle himself away. He said he got it in a fortune cookie. I love that.
I like it though.
But I love that. That's
like, have you watched a live stream where the people don't even talk?
Right. No.
Like, I don't get that. Like, you think it's the Main Street's going to sell it, or the beach is going to sell it, or whatever. I mean, you have an opportunity to connect here. This is a tool to connect.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with presenting a video. I would watch. No, I wouldn't. But people will watch stuff that is just B-roll. We like B-roll. And if you don't know what B-roll is, it's, well, B-roll. I mean, you guys know what B-roll is, right? I just think we're getting a little off where the topic I want to go, but the idea that you don't have a great idea bugs me. The idea that you don't have the ability to have an original thought bugs me. I think it's a lie. I think everyone's lying. I really think what they're saying is I'm afraid to be judged.
Yeah.
And I think everything you want in life is on the other side of two things: serving others and getting outside of your comfort zone. And then I guess I'll try to shut up. I mean, am I close? Am I crazy?
No, I don't want to argue with you. Yeah. I mean, I will in a heartbeat if I disagree. But
good night, Hannah.
Yeah, good night, Hannah. I think that the best thing that you can do is be yourself, show your personality, and if you have an idea, go with it. Don't watch other YouTubers to collect ideas. I've said this before, and I will say it again. I have watched multiple different types of YouTubers, not just in the Disney community, but I will see something that I like from a style of something that they do.
Sure. Yeah.
And I will take one grape off the stem and add that in my basket. And then, and I'll watch another one and I'll take one more grape off I got red, purple, green, raindrop, cotton candy grapes. Like, I'm just making a montage of different little things that I like, that I see and appreciate their style, and make it my own. I'm not, watching Resort TV 1 and saying I'm going to live stream from the parks every day and I'm going to do exactly what they do. And because that's not going to work. That's not, maybe it will slowly or in a smaller way, but I don't know.
So, like, we had Tanya on last week because of her. Tanya and Robin had that situation.
Yeah.
And she was the guest on, it wasn't on this show. It was on, doesn't matter. Tanya was on my show last week and she live streams, right?
Yeah.
I hear people all the time saying, "Oh, the Disney niche is full." The Disney niche is full if you don't have an idea. The Disney niche is not full if you have an idea. And by the way, what I'm trying to get to the positive side of it is, you have ideas. You have 1,000 ideas.
Right.
You see somebody else doing it, don't do that. Not because it's theirs, not because there's some turf war, because be you, right? Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing what somebody else does. And what I started doing Disney trivia. I did. I started this channel. One of the first things I did when I decided to build a community was I started doing Disney trivia. You know why I stopped? Because other people were doing it. And I'm happy that some people said, "Oh, please bring it back," and I still get it now and then. No, other people are doing it, and I'm not saying they're doing it. They're doing it because they want to, and I'm not afraid to compete with them. I'm not getting out of the way because I like them.
Right.
I just don't think we need 37 Disney trivia shows. Not telling you not to do it if you're one of the people I love Disney trivia. I play. I miss, Miguel, are you still here? I miss a Disney Life for Me's trivia. I loved it. I miss it. But my point is, I didn't want to do it because I thought people were doing it and doing it well.
Right.
And it's just, you don't have there's not a space to grow. Well, there's not enough space to grow if the community that I'm in is doing the same. Like, I'm going to do a DVD show because I don't see a hole there. I don't see things happening there. I started a Disney pin show because there he is, Miguel. Hey, buddy. I started a Disney pin show because I didn't see people doing it. I saw people on Instagram selling. You know, we'll get people now and then on the Disney pin show who say, "Oh, when are you going to sell a pin?" I'm not selling pins. I'm not opposed to selling pins, but that's not what we're doing here. I think that it's not so much should you do it if somebody else is doing it that I'm trying to get across. What I'm trying to say is you, Tina, you, Blue Nose, you, Dean, you, Mar, you, Miguel, you, Lynn, you, Stacy, you have great ideas. What you've got to get through is the worry about, well, it won't work. And here's the other thing. Be okay with striking out.
Yeah.
Okay with sucking, you know.
You learn from that. You grow from that. That's how you get better, by finding out what doesn't work.
Yes.
I'm totally okay with failure. I am not good at sports. I suck at a lot of things, but you know, I don't know that until, you know, I stink at it. And if I don't enjoy it, I don't do it again. I really stink at bowling, but I will still do it. And I play because it's fun. But with
bowling?
the YouTube bowling,
we might argue with that, but that's right.
Bowling's fun. Mm. You get to drink and eat greasy, delicious food and throw a ball down a alley and hit things.
If and when I'm eating and drinking greasy things, I don't want to stick my hand in a dirty ball and then back out.
Some good, you know, like you just, it rolls right off your fingers.
COVID, to tell you the truth, you know, bowling.
Yeah, bowling's not allowed. Bowling's not going to be allowed.
Right.
But
anyway, why? Oh, geez, I've got so many bowling memories in my head right now. MPA, go ahead.
I love what Dean said back there. I think he got it off a juice box. He said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is taken."
Amen.
Love it. Yeah, I love that.
Juice box. Okay. MKBHD, Marcus Brownlee. Do you know him? Anyone listening to him, watching him? I like him. Techie guy, one of the best YouTube tech people. Good looking dude. Grew like crazy on YouTube. At least people think so. He said he did his first 100 videos. His first 100 videos to get his first 100 subscribers. And I think that's part of the issue. People want to get there, and I do too. Look, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I would love 100,000 subscribers, you know, yesterday. I have no doubt if God lets me stay on this planet, I will get there because I say so. But it won't be tomorrow. And I think that's the problem. I think that people, and I'm not a patient guy. We'll talk about patience here in a minute because it's on my mind today. But how do I say this? You know, if Marcus Brownlee, who is hugely successful, did his first 100 videos to get his first 100 subscribers, if Mr. Beast's videos, his first 100 are horrible, and they are, it's not about getting there fast. It's about learning it. Like your first 100 videos are for you to, I've said it before, I live streamed in 2019, not to build up a community, to see if I can get good at this, to figure out how to edit. And am I going to edit on my phone? Am I going to edit on here? How do I use music? I think that people forget the process is a learning process.
Yeah.
And if you just get better with one thing every day, right?
It should be fun, though. You should enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then you're not doing it right. You shouldn't be doing it.
That's when it's about the money. That's when people are saying, oh, but it's not about the money. I mean, if you're saying it, it probably is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Southern medicine. Last time I went bowling, a dodgeball game. Not going bowling with you. Dang, that sounds good. Yeah,
that sounds terrifying.
Thank you, Mar. That's sweet. Get your own ball. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I don't want to put my hands in there and then dive into the nachos. I also, like, I'm not Mr. Clean Freak, right? I don't want to put my shoes in other people's shoes. Ugh, I'm going to.
Wow.
Yuck. Right? Like, if I'm going to go bowling more than once every 40 years, I need my own dang shoes. Thank you very much.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like second kid theory. Like, you know, your first kid, you're like, you know, wash your hands before you touch my child, you know, sanitize the binky if it falls on the floor. And then second kid, you're just like, you just stick it in your mouth to make sure there's no dog hair on it before you give it to them. And like,
that's a mom thing. Like, you guys are lunatics. Like, yeah.
Yeah, we
are.
You
just described something that really is like one of my worst memories, and it would happen like every day for 12 years. Like my wife, the binky, which we called it a na-na for a while because Sha Na is awesome. But anyway, so the binky falls down on the floor, right?
Right.
And then it goes in my wife's mouth.
Yep.
That's why we stopped. No more kids after that. Like, we're done. It's nasty.
It's just what happens. You know
my
what?
teeth right now. Ugh.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
That's gross.
Whatever. We're okay, we're way tougher than guys. Let's just say we've been through
Is that what it is?
the ringer. Yeah. Yeah, we're tough. Not gross. We're just tougher. We're
You hear Google arguing with you? Okay. One of the guys says, I hope you get better, getting better. I mean, I love that. I love that attitude.
Yeah.
If you have that attitude, you're going to get better. So I want to talk about patience. Should you be patient? Stick it in your mouth. Oh, I know. That's right.
Sorry, Mark.
Somebody clip that. Stick it in your mouth to remove the dog hair. Ugh. That's when the wife and the dog go away for vacation. Right? So that is just nasty.
Well, I'm way past all of that now. Now, you know, they just do things.
Anybody else want to floss? Like,
my teeth are pretty clean. See?
Mine feel like I got issues right now, and I blame you. Patience. Should we be patient? What say you?
Patient with what? You need to be more specific. I think that don't be too patient. You need to push yourself, because if you just sit back and be patient and expect things to happen, it's not going to happen.
Love that answer.
So patient with certain things, but other things, don't be patient. Go out and do it. And I'm kind of a hypocrite saying this, because I've been going through my things the last couple of months of dealing with different issues that have held me back a little bit.
You're not
holding myself back. I'm not.
I like you enough that if you were a hypocrite, I would be telling you.
But yeah, I don't know. I think patient with certain things, but don't be patient with, you know, go out and get better. Watch, instead of consuming your Disney friends, I encourage you to go out and consume how to get better at thumbnails, if that's what you're worried about.
If you're just coming for the entertainment, then come for the entertainment. Yeah.
Well, we're on Creator Talk. I'm talking to
exactly.
I'm speaking to creators. I'm not speaking to. Don't stop watching the people that you love, enjoy watching. But
said not to watch you anymore. I don't want to.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Please watch all of your friends. I try to watch people as much as I can. All of my friends in the community. But you know, time. It's a thing that is limited, and there's a finite amount of it. So I have to spread it accordingly. And sometimes I want to get better at this thing we call YouTube. And in my journey, I have, you know, big plans. Eventually, this is something I want to do all the time. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I spend more time researching the people that have perfected it. We're just two people that are way lower on the spectrum of the research that we've done, and spreading it to the people that we love in this community to help them grow with us all together.
There you go.
Lifting the community up. But there's other people that have perfected it. It's not perfected because it's constantly changing.
No, I know what you mean, though. You can learn from everybody. You can learn what to do. You can learn what not to do. All those things. But I hear you, and I agree very much. I just, where I'm trying to go with it is, I think that being patient is a poor thing to teach. I think there's things to be patient for, and in God's time is something I do believe in. But I think that if you tried to do your 10-year plan in a year, you'd accomplish so much more. You might not achieve your goal, but you would accomplish so much more than you would otherwise. I think that people get used to taking their time, and I think it becomes a crutch. I think it becomes
absolutely
a lie. I think it becomes I'll get there someday, because I think people like to talk about their journey. Like, and I agree, by the way, enjoy the journey. I do. But I think they like talking about their journey. Like, I'm a big goals guy, and I like sharing my goals. But something happened in the last, I don't know, generation or so,
it's way better.
Where people are sharing their goals, but not doing things. Like, at some point, shut up and do it, right?
Absolutely. And just like you said, patience is a virtue. I don't. Well, I don't agree with that, because I'm not a patient person.
I'm not either, and I would like to be less patient every day. Now, again, that doesn't mean don't be patient with your kids. You know, I think there's it's probably something that
Orlando guy.
It's probably something that's mistaught. Like maybe I'm wordsmithing a little bit, but there's a time and a place for patience for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think it's the way people use it today, and this might be my hang up, but I think it becomes a crutch, an excuse. Oh yeah, so, whatever.
Be patient. Be patient in the process, and
Let me hear what you guys think in chat on this, by the way. Southern Medicine says, Adam the Woo streamed for over 5 years straight every day. It never got old. He got tired of it before the fans did. Adam found a niche that works. You all have something different to add. I love that, and I appreciate that. Orlando guy says you need to do a drink called the Hypocrite. I love that.
Did you see what he wrote? It would be.
Not yet. I'm going through it right now. I think the word you're looking for isn't patience. It's complacency. You might be right, Pearl. That's pretty good right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
OCB in the house. What's going on? The Hypocrite. Here we go. 1 ounce Budweiser, 1 ounce whiskey, splash of soda.
So gross.
Yeah, I'm not a big Budweiser guy. I'm not a big beer guy in general, but Budweiser's at the bottom of my beer list.
Beer takes up too much valuable real estate in the place I call my tummy, and I don't drink it.
I've never let that be a hindrance to my consumption. You can tell by my belly size. Donna says, be patient with bringing others along on your journey. There you go. That's good. Work on yourself and your craft. That's good. And the numbers will come later. I don't disagree with that. That's pretty good, Donna. I agree. I think I just don't want to be patient. Like I like it when people say that I'm a hard worker and all. I'm not. I've never been a hard worker. I'm not. I don't even like the idea of being a hard worker.
Jeff just said I'm not like 6 times.
Because it bugs me. Like I don't need everyone to know everything about me, but I don't want to people. I'm not a hard worker. I think that most people are insanely lazy. I think there's plenty of freaking time in the day. I love it when people are, oh, I just don't have time. Yes, you do.
Make time. Yes, you're making trade-offs.
Just accept that you've chose something else. Like
exactly.
Take a nap, sleep in. I sleep in a lot. I slept in the day. Feel free to sleep in. Just stop saying. It's like people who talk about multitasking. Oh, please. First of all, no such thing. It's not even possible. What you're saying is, don't tell me to do stuff. Don't ask me to do anything because I got so many other things. Just say, and you'd be you. I mean, whatever. I don't care. I'm not trying to say how you got to be. Hey, I'm not going to do. I got people calling me every day. Hey, there's a couple of people who want my time a lot, and I say no. Well, what are you doing? If you lead with, hey, what are you doing today? Nothing you're about to mention is the right freaking answer, right? While it is true that you don't worry about things taking up valuable stomach space, says Stacy, to Lynn's point, a glass or a bottle of beer versus Dole Whip. No, exactly, right? Exactly. Well said. And you take naps too, right? Tina McNeil, thank you for pointing out the lies of Paula. I feel like that should be, maybe that's a podcast title. What do you think? The lies of Paula. And I can just go out there and tell people about all the things she lied about. For me, I am patient, says OCV. I slowly build my channel. My time is limited. I do not get to Disney resorts regularly. So I do what I can, mainly vlogs, very few lives, but I am always open to collabs. I love that. Well, we're going to do a barbecue thing here pretty quick. And again, that's not me saying you have to go faster. I just think, go at your pace, whatever your pace is. Tina says, I thank you, Tina, for that. Paula always lies. I appreciate you saying that. You're totally right. It's okay. We love her anyway. I don't know. I feel like I'm coming off a little too negative. I just think what Roberto was asking Casey in the video that we let off with.
Yeah.
Roberto says, what's the best advice? And Casey says, be you. Don't try to be somebody else. Like I work with a bunch of young kids and they all want to be the next hot gamer.
Right.
Guess what? That niche is pretty full, right? And if you're on there and you're not giving the viewer a reason to engage with you about you, if you think Fortnite is the content that people are coming to watch, what do they need you for? They don't, right? Yeah. So you've got to bring to Fortnite or whatever you're doing. I'm just making it because the kids I worked with loved that game, right? And they all want to be a Fortnite guy.
Yeah.
Or gal. So what are you going to bring? Oh, I just want to play Fortnite. Like I was mentoring a kiddo. What are you? I'm just going to play Fortnite. Well, why would anyone watch that? Oh, you don't understand. People watch Fortnite. No, you don't understand. Why would they watch you? Oh no, they love Fortnite. But wait.
But they're not.
Why would they watch you play? What, are you the only one on YouTube? Oh no. People, you don't understand. People love Fortnite. Okay. And at some point, they're just at that situation, they just think I'm an old guy and I don't understand. What are you going to bring to it? Well, the answer is you. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
If you're passionate about shoelaces, talk about shoelaces, right? And we talk about that every time. There's a point to it. I don't know. I feel like I'm on a little diatribe here. Let me read through the chat and then get your thoughts here. Live, love, and laugh with life. Bad things happen. I just let it roll off my back and look for the positive things. Amen, OCB. Wow, you made me look. I wasn't Tina, you can admit that my wife lied, and you can tell people it's okay. And Tina, that might be my favorite thing that happens all day right there. Wait, because I don't get up early enough to see your streams with Paula. Did she tell Paula lies? Yeah, Paula lies. You didn't know? Stacy, that's okay.
No. Paula does not lie.
She does. She does. Whatever. Like you're back there getting dressed or whatever you're doing. I don't know. My dream job is being a caddy on a mini golf. Nice. I would do that. First and foremost, says Hitchhiking Bones, I try to add some value. Amen in some way. Amen. Hey, Hannah, back at you. Add value. That's a really good way to look at everything. Like, you're not going to be the next Fortnite blow up streamer, Twitch streamer, if you're just playing the game. You've got to bring something. You have to add value.
Carolyn, life diet do. I'm always on the diet do, just so you know.
Well, I know a guy likes shoelaces. Strawberry flavored in particular. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I used to eat those so much as a kid. It was like my favorite. Like green apple ones. Those were my favorite. And
I'm just thinking about somebody taking an actual shoelace.
Oh, they're Sour Patch strings of goodness, but shoelaces.
Thank you, Dawn. I'm assuming that's Dawn from Hitchhiking Bones. Also, we don't have to be mad at Paula. It's not her fault. It's like, like anybody watch Breaking Bad, it's like she just like Maria, Hank said about Marie, we just need to support the heck out of her through her lying lies.
Oh man.
Why did I ask him? Yes, Stacy, Jeff. I don't take naps. Although he says I don't take naps.
I encouraged you taking naps back when the whole quarantine.
What did I say? Before all this lying lies happened, what did I tell you?
You said I don't take naps, and then
I don't sleep in the day. I just don't.
Then you confessed that you took a nap and you felt amazing.
I did. I took like 3 naps in the past. I don't know, 4 naps in the past year. I've taken less than 10 naps outside of being sick in the history of my life. Outside of being a baby or something. I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
I think naps.
I guarantee I have less than 10 as an adult outside of being sick in my whole freaking life.
I have less than 10 naps in the last 3 weeks.
Wow.
Naps revive your life force. It's like when you take a nap.
I'm not against naps. I think they're a great idea.
The sleep feeds your soul while you're.
Sometimes I'll lay down and I'll have like a ball game now, right? Like now, because baseball's back, I could lay on the wherever and what. That's not a nap, but whatever. I don't know. Jeff, how was your nap today? It was spectacular. OCB says I hate it when I laugh at. Anyway, my passions are railroading communities, buzzworthy up and coming musicians, fire scene recording. I got a story there. And Disney, mainly obscure. Oh, where'd it go? Aspects of Disney history. Kid that I worked with, he worked for me at a Boys and Girls Club. Nice kid. He wanted to be a photographer for newspapers, and he would go anytime there was a fire or an accident. He's like, "Hey, Jeff, can I leave?" Yeah, go ahead. And he'd go to the fire and take pictures of the people's house. It was kind of a horrible, sad thing, but he loved it. That was cool. He got some good shots.
That's a niche.
It's definitely a niche, yeah. What are you two? Excuse me. That's when adults. What are you two? That's when adults make you take naps and you don't know it's a thing. Adulthood is wanting to nap and not being able to.
Oh, amen, Stacy. I tried like the last 2 days. I was like, I just need like a little nap after coffee and contemplation. Try to take a nap after 2 cups of my coffee. It's not happening. It's not happening.
I don't know. I don't understand the obsession with naps. Sister Mary Baptista, that's terrifying. Made me fear naps in the 1st grade. I do remember you got to bring your little towel, right? That was fun.
A towel?
Yeah, you nap? Yeah, and everybody bring their towel. You get it out of the thing. I work with kids, so I remember. They all get a little cubby and they get their towel. They lay.
You gonna sweat when you sleep?
Yeah. So when they drool, they're drooling on their own towel, not on the paper or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yuck. You just have to believe that you have something, and you do, Carolyn. You do. You don't have to believe it. You have to stop telling yourself you don't, like, because you do, Carolyn. You have something to say. Everybody does. God don't make no junk. God has not made a mistake yet, people. So you have something to say. So sorry.
Yeah.
I think that you just sometimes are afraid of someone not liking you. I mean, and that's the thing. Like when you hit that live button for the first time, or when you watch a video for the first, or you create a video for the first time, the truth is two things. Ready? No one's gonna watch, and it's gonna suck. The first 100 videos are to get through the I suck at this thing, right? Just like anything. Like the first 100 times you shoot if you take a basketball for the first time and you try to bounce it and you don't know what you're doing and you shoot it and it doesn't go in and you quit, you never know, right? Like it's
right.
Like what is anyone really good at anything the first time? If they are, it's not something that takes any effort, right? I mean, I guess we can all eat the first time we try, right? But I mean, everybody has to get better anyway.
Yeah. Hitchhiking Bones, I think it's Don, said, first and foremost, I try to add value in some way for someone who takes time to watch my videos. Amen. That is one big thing that I chose to try to make sure in my park vlogs when I was doing those. I would always try to add tips and tricks of different things that I learned along my journey of going to the parks as often as I did, to add that in for somebody who would watch. And none of those have gone big or viral or anything like that. But still, for those 100 people or 150 people that do watch it, maybe they possibly learned something they didn't know before. And if I can speak to 1, 2, 5, 20, 50 people, and they learned something because of something I put up there and had fun doing it, that's a win in my book. And I also got better. I learned something making that video, not only creating it, but editing it and uploading it and answering comments, or it's all of it. So I don't know. I feel like I just went down a rabbit hole. Like we're not even talking about what we can.
I like where we go. I mean, I like that about the show. I don't want to undo that. I don't like being stuck to an agenda. I mean, come on, every day, every Sunday, you're like, hey, what do you want to talk about? I mean, I don't know, but it's going to change 12 times between now and then, right? So I think you go where it goes. OCV says the fire scene videos are shot when I'm on site with Salvation Army. I love Salvation Army. They do really good work. I've worked with them for years, off and on for years. OCV also says my area of opportunity is video editing. I'm still learning. Again, the first 100 videos you make, again, Marcus Brownlee took 100 videos to get 100 subscribers. Like, we've got to stop thinking that we're going to, like, again, this is the guy who doesn't believe in patience, right? This is the guy who thinks we should not use patience as an excuse. Make more. Why did I daily vlog in 2019? Because I knew at the end of 2019, I have 365 videos under my freaking belt. And at that point, I'll go, oh, I really can't do this. I should quit. Or I got better at it, right? Yeah, right. Just do it. Exactly.
Hey, Festival Bear, welcome in.
Festival Bear, what's going on? Am I on your show? I feel like I've got a date with you that I don't know if I put it on my thing. We got to talk. I hope I'm not misremembering that. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Amen. Amen. I think that if I could give anybody advice and I knew they had to take it, if I could give people a piece of advice and they had to take it, I would say, try.
Yeah.
It's like you're at the dance, right? And Paula is at the dance, and man, I don't like dancing, but boy, would I like her to know my name, right? Like I couldn't care less about dancing, but I want to know her name. But you know what? I'm scared and I should walk away because what planet is that? Like everything you want. She might be the best person for me, and she is, and she was, and she always will be. But guess what? Had I not say, hey, you want to touch my knee? It wouldn't have worked out. That's a joke. But right? Like you gotta, what would happen to you if you didn't take that shot?
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life. I love that movie. And I think it means a lot. Like, I don't believe that it's truth, but boy, I believe that it's truth. And it's easy for me. I was adopted. So my birth mom was 14 pregnancy, 15 when I popped out. Okay. I've adopted 2 of my kids. We have 4 kids. It's easy for me to go, pretty easy to see how I wouldn't be on the planet. Pretty easy for me to see how 2 of my daughters would be somewhere else.
Right.
And so that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, is so easy to go, oh, it's not fiction, which is why it's brilliant. Like, we don't know exactly how it would have played out, but we do know that I can honestly say that if a 14-year-old girl who turned 15 sometimes during a pregnancy didn't let me live, at least
Right.
2 beings wouldn't be here. At least 2 other beings would be somewhere else. I think it's
Yeah.
likely that they wouldn't have as good of a life, but that's me being arrogant. I think Paula would be married to some putz not named me, so that stinks, right? And so it's easy for me to go, why wouldn't you take your shot? What are you waiting for? What are you afraid of? And I think the answer is judgment. And I think that's why people just follow. I want to do X, but I'm going to do Y instead because I'm afraid people will judge
Because
me.
it feels safe. Don't play
It
it
feels
safe.
the opposite of safe to me, but I hear you.
I think, you know, kind of honing, just funneling all of the words that we've said tonight back into like this little pot of goodness is be yourself. You all have, everyone here has their own story. You have your own experiences, your own life, everything that has
And
affected
that's
you.
worth telling and sharing.
That exactly. And be yourself, put your own spin on whatever it is that you had to say and whatever it is that you experienced. There's probably millions of videos on Magic Kingdom, but how are you going to present it? How are you going to put a twist on it that it's going to be just yours, your
Yes.
one and only experience to
Yeah.
share with everybody? How are you going to make that different from everything else?
You talk about preach. You said preach. Here comes preaching. Ready? Here comes truth. I believe this. I think it's a sin, tough word, to not share your you. I do. How freaking dare you not share your you? I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like I think it's the most selfish, self-serving, rude, uncaring about the rest of the freaking planet thing to do, not share your you. Because you're somebody's best friend. How dare you not let them meet you? You're somebody's best advice. How dare you not give it? You're somebody's best fan. How dare you not cheer them on? Whatever. By the way, Dean, my knee is I have 2. They are the 2 sexiest knees in the history of knees. I can't help it. It just is what it is.
My
Dean,
knees are sore.
Dean, you can look at them, but you can't touch. Maybe I might let you touch. Depends. Bring me a Dole Whip. Maybe we will. Stacy, I don't know what I said. She spit her water on her laptop. You're welcome. Oh, about the knee. You can touch my knee too, Stacy, but $1. Cost you $1. I hate it when I laugh at myself. Maybe you're watching isn't that too much? Well, I don't know what's too much, right? You can't watch. You can't watch. How dare Donna for the win. Donna, I like you more and more. How dare you not share your needs? Exactly. Oh, Castle Repair, you can touch my knee too now.
That's all it took, guys.
$5 you can touch, but no, it should slow down. Right. Castle Repair, take that shot. Exactly. Val and I work in alternative schools. Excuse me, including the teen mother schools for our county. It is such a beautiful experience. Share you. Amen.
That's
Amen.
great. I love that.
Broken. Yeah, I love that. I love that people work with those that population. Again, we do something that's has some commonalities, and nobody's broken. Nobody's broken. People make decisions, and there's plenty of people that I won't take advice from, but nobody's broken.
Right.
You know, it is what it is. I'll just leave it at that. But Pastor Prayer, thank you so much.
You guys are so awesome. Yeah. So just be you, share you. Don't try to be someone else. Get a piece of paper, notepad. I like notebooks. That's my personal preference, notebooks, because you can file through it, flip through the pages, things you wrote down a year ago, or I have multiple notebooks and I have been going back through them. I have lots of ideas. I always keep one by the bed. I have my phone if I don't have it at that time. I have one in my purse. I have them all over. I like to write things down with my hand and actually write them because it is like taking it from my brain, going down through my arm and putting it on paper. And it helps me remember it. It helps me absorb it better than just typing it into my phone because that feels less, I don't know. I'm calling me old school.
The action of writing, I don't know. There's something there I don't know why it doesn't exist for typing, and maybe it does, and I just don't know about it. I don't know the education of the workings of the brain and education, but I know for me, when I write something down, I'm more likely to, even if I lose the notes, to recall it more. I mean, I have a pretty decent recall, but if I write something down, I recall it at a much higher level.
Exactly.
That makes sense?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. And take ideas that you write down from today or from a while ago and then reread them, and then maybe you can come up with another new idea of like mushing them together and coming up with different parts of your brain, of yourself, and your ideas for you to share with others. And I don't know. That's just what it is. Mark, I'm a Humpty Dumpty too, but we're all better now.
I'm really liking the conversation in chat, guys. I always do, but I don't know. Tonight it's making me happy. I mean, it always does. But watch time increase was not the goal. OCB said took a chance, took a chance with the riots. Yeah, it's gotta be rough. You know, living in a town that you love, Chicago. You know, I mean, I don't want to get too political, but what's going on in our inner cities in America right now is just heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking. And I would say please be careful, because people aren't real happy with people with phones right now. When, you know, if you're doing something wrong and you know you're doing something wrong, you don't want to be seen. And I get that. So I would, please be safe. You know, please be safe. But it's amazing how much the world needs. How do I say this without encouraging? Be safe, okay? But it's vital that people of Hong Kong, people of Chicago, people of Portland, citizen reporters need to have a place, because clearly the powers that be in media are attempting to share a one-sided view of the world, whatever that side is. And citizen reporters are more and more and more important. And as it gets more and more and more common, there gets more and more hate towards alternative views. I mean, if you know what's going on in Hong Kong, if you know what's going on in Chicago, if you know what's going on in Portland, it's ugly and scary. And please, if you pull out your phone, be safe. Hey, Corey, buddy, what's going on, man? Corey, me, what's the world in the house? It's different than walking down Main Street, you know, USA in Disney. That's for dang sure.
Right.
So that's my way of saying thank you, and please be safe, Ross, and anyone else who's doing that. I appreciate that so much. But be careful.
It, especially now more than ever in the time that we're in. And I got Jeff Preachy on my Thursday night stream of, you know, like spreading positivity.
I want a hashtag.
Jeff Preachy, hashtag Jeff Preachy, with a little like flail in it, but don't.
Can it be a little fire and brimstone? I kind of like the preachy thing. Don't think I won't get preachy, but keep going.
But I genuinely, to my core, believe that what you get back is what you put out. So what you put out into the world, and I'm going to sound hippy dippy, whatever. Hippy dippy. But what you put out, what I'm putting out into the world, if I'm putting out negativity and pessimism and scorn and whatever, judgy, whatever, I'm going to get that back. If I put out just spread positivity, even when I'm not feeling extra positive. I've spoke with you, you know, about different things that I've been going through. I don't need to share everything. I don't need to share everything with everybody, because I would rather share positivity and make someone smile. And that makes me smile to know that they smiled. And it's just like this circle of awesomeness that's why I'm here. I'm not here to bring anybody down. I'm here to lift other people up with me.
I have trouble with that. I do. I mean, hey, Orlando Mike, what's going on, buddy? I just let it go. You know, we talk about this show. Like, we have a topic. We usually have 2 or 3. Good song.
Let it
go. You want to see that video with the snot? I got pretty good.
Ew.
You're welcome. No. You're welcome. I think that I don't know. I'm going to get preachy here. I just trust God. Like, I'm sorry. You know, at some point, do I actually mention the Holy Spirit on a stream? I think I'll let it go. But my point is, sometimes if something pops in my head, I'm going to let it go, because I think it's the right thing to do. And I'm not even worried about my rightness or my wrongness. I think that if it comes into my brain, this is going to sound a little arrogant. I think if it comes into my brain, it's for somebody else, not me. It's like watching a video. Like, we create the video. I mean, I'll watch as I edit them. I'm watching them a lot, but once it's out there, I don't even care enough to go watch it again. I kind of feel like, you know, as a guy who's worked with a lot of people for a long time, as I work with parents and students and kids, you know, sometimes I'll give advice and I'll go, why did I say that? And then you have to go back and you go, well, because it was the right thing for that person. And it's kind of, it probably sounds arrogant to people, but I believe in it deeply. Like, you got to trust that the words are going to come out right for the person. And does that make sense? Do I sound like a lunatic? Because I feel like I might sound like a lunatic.
All right. So on that note, I'm going to reference being the mother of teenagers. And so the things that I try to explain to, especially my 16-year-old, I have to take into consideration who I'm speaking to. He is highly intelligent, way too smart for his own good, but also he has a teenage brain. And what?
I like how you said that. Way too smart for his own good. Anyway.
Way too smart. But so, you know, he is going to perceive what I say. I already know how he's perceiving everything I say because he takes it as an attack. So I have to adjust how I approach every.
I have a daughter whose eyes roll if I'm making any outward noise.
So frustrating. But I am learning the new language called teenager. And it has been no, I have zero luck with it, but I'm working on it. I'm trying. And it's just so difficult because I can say something that I could have a conversation with you, any rational person that isn't like in a
isn't like a teenager, like
isn't like I'm in teenager talk mode. But that they don't have the comprehension because I've been through psychology classes in college.
I blame the frontal lobe. I wish it would develop.
Exactly. The id, ego, all of that stuff. They can't comprehend things in a certain way because they're constantly just thinking about themselves and don't know how to process what you're saying to them because they always feel attacked. Then they attack you. You're wrong. They're right.
They're not done. I mean, I joked about the frontal lobe, which is hard to make frontal lobe humor, but it's kind of real though, right? Like they're not done becoming, their brain's not done.
No. And like,
they need more time in the microwave.
I just said like again. I'm sorry. It's coming. My Valley girl is coming.
Do you know that I'm from the Valley?
I do know. Well, I'm representing for you tonight, so.
Hope I don't sound like it, but San Fernando Valley, baby. Anyway, keep going.
I know, like what Mara said. For instance, what Mara said. I'll try some other vocabulary here. I'll pick my own brain. How much. We'll come back years later. I'm shocked how much my daughter sounds like me now that she's 37. I pray for that. That is a goal in my life. But right now it's just so challenging. And if somebody would have told me years ago, hey, this is what your life is going to be like for the next 5 years, I would have been like, maybe I'll wait.
Right? Yeah.
But it's just so challenging. But then it also helps us grow as adults on how to speak to people that you know their perception of how they're going to take it. I know exactly how my son is going to perceive everything I say. Everything is a attack. And everything I say, he thinks that the reason I get upset with things that he says, that I'm going like way off on the deep end right here, but I'm going to relate this back to speaking to your audience. When I say something and I get upset with his reaction, which is 99% of the time attitude in his voice, he said, you always get so offended. You get offended. And that is his conception, like how he is thinking I am feeling. I'm not offended. I don't get offended. I'm angry because he's being disrespectful. And so it's perceiving different people's reception of what you're saying. And I think that speaks so much into exactly this, the YouTube world of what you're saying, because everything, you can have one video that you think is very clear on one message. And then you have 100 people watch it and there's 150 different perceptions of it because they'll perceive it multiple different ways of what you're trying to say. So
like those people who go on those reality TV shows and they're like, oh, you edited me to look that way. Well, okay. They might have left out the parts that you would have put in there, but you still said the words. And, we're teenagers, 50-year-old dudes. We all want to think about the best part of what we said and the best part of what we thought. The truth is when mom is pointing out, hey, maybe you shouldn't fill in the blank, whatever,
right.
We're not talking about the best things you did. We're helping you. I'm a dad, you're a mom. We don't correct things that don't need correction. That doesn't mean we're negative. That means we're not correcting. You get an A, we say good job. You get an F, we say, hey, learn how to spell, was and that and stuff like that. So it is what it is, right? Like part of teaching, coaching, mentoring, parenting isn't harping on the negative, but as a teenage kiddo, you feel judged all the time. Your
Right.
awareness is lacking. It can feel attacked. It is what it is. And it's just like that on YouTube. Like we started off this show tonight with Roberto Blake asking Casey Neistat, what's your advice? And his advice was don't do what everyone else is doing. I think the winners on YouTube and the winners in life, and I am trying to wrap this up a little bit in a bow here, zig when everyone else is zagging, whether it's on when you're buying a stock, whether you're YouTubing, whether you're parenting, if you're just doing it like everyone else is doing it, you're pretty sure it ain't going to work, right? I mean, like, what part of that crazy lunatic world are you trying to be the same as, is what I would say. Like, Corey's in it. Pete, what's going on, buddy? Corey has success because Corey's Corey. Right? Like,
amazing. Like, I'm not going to go around saying everything is amazing because, that's his shtick.
Yeah.
And
if I go and put some goo in my hair and I walk around and I do the same thing, at some point it's not me, it's Corey, right? I think that.
Well, you just have to switch the way that you're combing it. You just got to go forward and then up instead of back.
I could do a Corey. He's got better hair than me, but I could find a way. I think people are obsessed with Corey's hair. Like I don't. Anyway, but my point is, we're not going to Corey. Corey's not having success.
You say it better because you're Corey.
Yeah, you really say that? Well, I mean, I wish I could ask Corey directly, and maybe someday we'll ask him. But Corey's success isn't because he's walking around Main Street. He's not. That might be why we all came to the channel the first 2 or 3 times. Hey, it's Thursday. He's wherever he's at. Let's go check that out. Sure, that's why we went. But Flock of Seagulls, Erica. I love it. I like me some Flock of Seagulls. That's pretty good stuff right there. You're going to change my whole subject. But they're a little high. I can't sing that high. But anyway, we stay because it's Corey. We stay because he's got personality. And that's what I'm trying to get across. Like, because
he's genuine.
Exactly. Like Pete's in here. Pete, man, come on. Pete's personality. I remember when I first got to see Pete, before I even knew Pete. To me, what the dude that I got to know was the odds guy. He was dropping odds on, I don't even know what it was. I guess, well, it was the Beverly Challenge, I think, is what I'm thinking of, at least now here.
I love it.
It wasn't when I first knew of him or met him, but he was the guy who was bringing his personality to a bunch of other people's shows.
Right.
Not a brilliant strategy, but a brilliant strategy. My point is, he wasn't doing it as a strategy. He was being Pete.
Right.
He wasn't looking for a strategery. He was being Pete. Corey's being Corey. And that's why they have and will continue to have success.
Right.
I think that's what Roberto, that's what Casey was trying to say, Roberto, in the beginning. And I know a lot of you guys came in late, but in the beginning of the video, you can go watch it if you want. It's I don't know, like a 45-second clip. It's on Roberto Blake's Twitter. It's what's pinned up there. And it's him, Roberto, asking him, Casey Neistat, advice. And it's simply this: be you. Don't try to do what other people are doing. It's not.
Which is the easiest thing to do.
It's harder to be somebody else. Like, I don't know why that's not self-evident. So anyway, exactly, Carolyn. Just be yourself. With all seriousness, I connect with Corey because I feel what I see is him. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Carl, there you go. Corey says, I have started. Hold on. It keeps moving. Yes, I'm sorry about my throat. I keep clearing my voice. I'm just still fighting this cold. Where did I go? Okay, Corey says, I've started to realize that more in recent. I read that poorly. I have started to realize that more in recent months, Jeff. People connect to people, and we have been very fortunate that many connect to me. I mean, you're right. Like, really, you didn't know that originally? I mean, I love that, and I don't know you as well as some people do, but when we've talked, you're very genuine, buddy, and I you know that, buddy. I'm a fan, and I do love Disney. but I'm not a fan of Corey Meets World because I love Disney.
Right.
I came to Corey Meets World because I love Disney. That makes sense, doesn't it? I don't know if that sentence is coming off right, but
No, I agree with that.
Corey's awesome and his family's awesome, and they're just
I loved. I'm so glad Pete's here too, because I watched the replay of him and Corey Meets World on Off the Wall, and it was so funny. It was so great, and it was so genuine because you got exactly what you see in all of his live streams or his vlogs or anything. He didn't change who he was. It was him, but with a Pete spin on asking him the hard questions in the hot seat. So I love that, and that is really, really important. I think that's number one above all things when having a YouTube channel. Enjoy your nap.
So Pete, I won't say who, but Pete shared with me somebody that you all know, if you're in the Disney community, you all know, reached out to Pete and said something nice about. We both had Tanya on last week, and we had her on. Well, she was back to back. She was on his show and my show, and they were both interview shows, right? That's a very there's a lot of commonalities, right? But come on. I watch Pete's show. I don't think it's anything like my show, except for he's also interviewing a person, and I can't do what Pete does. I wouldn't.
You're not Pete.
Yeah.
So anyway, not Jeff.
Yeah. That just kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? Bone JW in the house. What's going on? I tried being myself, but I found myself wanting to tattoo myself. Okay. When people are fake, you can tell. Amen. That's exactly right. I feel like you want to say something. Go ahead.
On that one, because I'm going, it's almost there.
This is the universal sign for Jeff. Shut up for a second. Oh, I understand.
But on that note, I do want to say, wrapping this up, but you and people have interview shows. You can watch the same person on your show and on Pete's show, and I think it's very complimentary, your two shows, because you both offer seeing a whole spectrum of sides to people that people want to see. We want to feel more connected to the people we like watching and enjoy participating in their live streams or watching their content. And you guys offer a public service of asking the right questions. Both of you have your own artillery of questions that are different.
I would call Pete's more artillery-like than mine.
He does fire the shots. Yes. But what I'm saying is they're both original. You guys have your own set of questions. Pete doesn't ask the same questions as you. You don't ask the same question as Pete. Yours, I feel like, so Pete is a rapid fire kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you
Amen, Pete.
engage discussion about stories and backstories, and we get to connect on those things. And then, Pete throws us the crazy questions, what do you like better, top or bottom, ... bunk, it's different, and it's fun.
When I'm ever on the show, I'm gonna have trouble because I like answering stuff quick. I'm gonna have to just let him finish his question every time.
Yeah, I can't wait. That'll be fun.
Good stuff. I hope this was helpful. So I think the point that I was hoping to make was just frankly stealing from Roberto's question to Casey Neistat in 2018 at some conference. Be you. What Casey Neistat said is don't do what other people are doing. How I would say it is your you is plenty freaking awesome enough to build a community around. And isn't that the goal? I'll say it for the millionth time. I believe deeply that this thing that is the internet, and specifically YouTube, but the internet as a whole, is the best tool ever for sharing whatever you want to share, your voice, your positivity, your negativity. I mean, terrorists use it to get the world. It's the best communication tool in the history of history. And what are we doing? What am I doing? I'm trying to share things that I love. I want to talk about Disney and my family and baseball and the things I love, and I want to find people that will allow me to do that. And I would like to grow a community around that. And I would like to share what I find fun with people who also find it fun. And a bunch of cool things happen if you do that. One of them is you build a community, make friends. As Pete said, where did it go? The biggest reward that comes out of this is the true friendships, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
Fully good, real friends that
Yeah.
you never would have met without this, right? And I mean, people like Corey, I don't know. What has he got? Like, he'll be at 100,000 pretty soon. Think of all the people that he's making a difference. Like, think about my Friday. Like, you know what I did for New Year's Eve last year? My mom and her husband came by, and we were at the house. And you know what we did? We watched YouTube.
Resort TV one. Yeah.
And I'll be at Epcot this year if COVID left me because of that. Like, you get to share what you love with other people. And sometimes you'll never meet them. Like, Corey's not going to meet all 100,000 people. And Resort TV One's not going to meet all 100,000 people. But they're making a difference. And by the way, it's way more than that. You got 100,000 subscribers. You've got probably a couple of people watching.
Way more than that.
Way more than that, right? So it's an honor. It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's a gift to be able to share what you want. And that's why those negative channels, it's so pathetic and sad. You know, I see people who are just spreading their hate.
Yeah.
And that's because that's what they choose to do. It
well, like I said, what they put out is what they're going to get back in. So, you know, poo-poo on you. That sucks for you, but...
Poo-poo on you. Also something I've never said. Poo-poo on you.
Well, whatever. I'm going to put positivity out there, and that's what I'm going to get back. And if I get something other than that back, then I'm just going to use my waffle ball bat and hit it right out of here. So...
She means wiffle ball for people who are not up on the Lynn lingo. All right.
Yeah, spell check doesn't like me to put wiffle in there, so it's a waffle ball bat. And I
do like waffles. But
there's another idea in there. We'll see.
We need to have a wiffle ball Disney YouTuber tournament. I mean,
that's about all I can do.
I feel like you need to be the announcer because you'll be saying funny things the whole time. But you can play too. You be like the announcer-player combo. All right.
I'll just wear my headset, and then I can be an announcer while I bat, and I got to...
Good. I like that. That's good. Poo-poo on you, Hitchhat. So what's the best piece of advice you think we've disseminated tonight? Oh, good word usage. Disseminate. Oh, I'm proud of me.
Nice.
I know. I don't even know what it means. I'm pretty sure it worked.
I think it worked. I agree with it.
you said that with more conviction than I was ready. Oh, thank you, Pat Older Pair.
If you say anything with conviction, it's believable.
It startled me a little bit. I wasn't ready. I appreciate that. What do you think we shared tonight that you
just be yourself, you know, and be more of you. Get more of you and spread the positivity.
You have an opportunity to share you might as well do it.
Yeah, as long as you don't suck.
It's just those channels that are out there that are just afraid to take a chance. Like, what's the worst thing that happens? Nothing.
You fail, you learn something, and then you do it different the next time.
Maybe somebody from high school go, oh my gosh, you guys trying to be a YouTuber? I wish I could be afraid of my shadow. I mean, I don't know. I just think that self-esteem is taught poorly, and I wish and I believe that this is a way to spread your joy. Anyway, I feel like I'm preachy, so I'm going to shut up now. Be yourself, exactly. I hope this was helpful. Roberta Blake.
Be yourself. That's what I like.
Be yourself. Roberta Blake's Twitter. It's on the top. It's pinned to the top, I think is what you say. And it's a quick 20-second question, 30-second question to Casey Neistat, if you're wondering what we're talking about. To be disseminate, to be celibate. Okay. All right. I feel like we can go a whole nother way. We're an hour 20. I expected to only go an hour tonight, but we went a little long. Lynn, what do you got going on in your channel for the peeps?
I have a exciting checking in with the Lynn Project this Thursday. I'm going to bake a cake, and I'm going to smash it in Sean's face at some point during the live stream.
I keep hearing about this. I don't know if I believe it.
It's going to happen. I bought the cake stuff tonight. I made memberships live, so
yes.
I am working on filming that video since I got all of the sand out of my hair today and washed it. I will.
That could be a good video.
I will be. I will be filming the announcement video of that and what it means to me and the meaning behind the logo and everything. I made it myself, by the way. Just I want to put that out there. Like, I did it myself. I didn't get any help. No Josh stuff. I did it all by myself, and I'm really, really, really proud of it. So just the meaning behind that. And then I will be having my very first, was horrible about it on Patreon with the patrons I did have about having a live stream and Zoom call. I'm going to have an announcement, Zoom call for everyone.
I haven't done my Zoom calls that I promised either. I should do that.
But I will have that probably Thursday. Or Friday. I will schedule it so it's after my first check-in.
So those are your patrons on Patreon. Should we still wait, or should we bounce and go? When
bounce? I wanna shut down Patreon. Honestly, like I just want to be done with it. I want it all on the platform. I don't want to deal with all of these different spots, and I'm really excited about it. I love it. I love the emojis that I made. I'm more
fun.
I feel more invested in it because I made them, and there's a lot of meaning behind all of them, and people that participate in the live streams will get all of the emojis and enjoy them, I think. So that, and I gotta edit a couple of videos that I have. I've got
my collab video. I got a little sick and I just decided, nope, screw this. I'm not going to do a good job when I'm sick.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I could do it tomorrow, but I'm in the car for like 12 hours Tuesday, so I'll probably do it on Tuesday.
Yeah, you're traveling. Did you say you're going to Minnesota?
No, I don't know anything about Minnesota except for it looks really cold. I guess this would be the time of year. No, I hear it's beautiful, a bunch of lakes. No, I'm going to Missouri, which is also an M state. It sounds like M. So it had that M in the sound. But I'm doing a Breaking Bad scene, by the way, but I don't know if anybody's catching it. But Carolyn says Lynn spin.
You got to wait for Thursday for that.
There you go. I like it. Leave it one. Captain Akron in the house. Appreciate you being here. Ninja moding it for a while. I appreciate you, rock, buddy. I think we're done. Yeah, I'll be in Missouri, so I won't be going live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with my wife like we normally do. I've got an idea, but I've got some stuff I want to do tonight, and I've got to figure out. I got like an hour's and a half worth of work tonight, or I don't. So we'll see how it goes. But Monday we'll be live. Tomorrow we may or may not be there. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I do have a surprise for people that I've hinted at that'll be happening this week, but you'll just have to stick around and see. It'll probably be on my Instagram first. But hint, hint, I'm going to Missouri, not Minnesota.
Missouri.
I distinctly remember the M sound. All right, that's it. I think
you guys.
Love you. We're going to talk about next week. What are we talking about on the show?
Memberships. Woo woo.
When to do it, why to do it, how to help out Lynn and your other favorite YouTubers. I'm going to shut up now. You don't have to go, but you can't stay here. Have fun storming the castle. See you tomorrow morning. Beauty and the Bates talking about some Disney news. If you want to create, stop waiting. Create. If you think someone might like it, you're right. If you think someone might not like it, you're also right. Don't let that stop you. All right, that's it. Carolyn, funny how, like I amuse you, I make you laugh. I'm just kidding. One of my favorite movies.
Great reference.
Thank you. Every now and then I throw out references. I'm like, does anybody even know what I'm doing? That's all right. Sometimes
like a clown. Love you guys. Have a great week.
Do you watch any Lego Batman stuff? Because clown? Snake clowns? Okay, anyway, never mind. I gotta go. Yeah, Pesci, exactly. Love ya. See ya. Have the best day ever. Be good tomorrow. Be good next week. Wash your hands, all the things. Fear is a liar. Don't believe a word of it. I'm gonna go now. See ya.
Bye.
Good fellas. That's right.